Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing today? Before we get started, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter yet, please do so. All of the important information is always in the description box below. To get a hold of me, Trish, and anything that we want you to know about is always important and always in the description box below, okay? The October newsletter is going to be rolling out very shortly. I'm sorry for the later than normal upload. I was helping Andrew get ready. He volunteered to go to a veteran's funeral today, and he had to get dressed in his Marine Corps dress blues. The man who passed of cancer was a retired NYPD officer and also a Navy veteran. And because he's not being buried at the military cemetery in Bushnell, Florida, and because of the restrictions, I guess, of what's still going on in our country, the Navy is not sending anybody out to the funeral parlor. So my son volunteered to go to the funeral parlor and help with the funeral today. So I said to the granddaughter of the man, her name is Danielle, I said to her, I said, just because your grandfather served in the Navy, I said, just because we're of different military backgrounds, I said, we're still military family. We're still family. I said, and my son said that he would be honored to join you in showing your grandfather the respect that he deserves. So that's what my son is doing right now. So what we're going to be speaking about today, and the link will be in the description box below. Also, don't forget that tonight at 7 o'clock, Trish and I will be going live. It is Friday, and so be there or be square, okay? And we have a lot to talk about. Oh my goodness gracious, yes. We have so much to cover tonight. So what we're going to be talking about today, right now, okay, is hundreds of world leaders, powerful politicians, billionaires, celebrities, religious leaders, and even drug dealers, okay, have been hiding their investments in the mansions, exclusive beachfront properties, yachts, and other assets for the past quarter century. And this is according to a review of nearly 12 million files obtained by 14 firms located around the world. Now, the report that was released on Sunday by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists involved 600 journalists from 150 media outlets in 117 countries. It's being dubbed the Pandora Papers. Now, because of the findings shed light on the previously hidden dealings of the elite and the corrupt, and how they have used offshore accounts to shield assets collectively worth trillions of dollars. My. The more than 330 and former politicians identified as beneficiaries of the secret accounts include Jordan's King Abdullah II, former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, Czech Republic Prime Minister Andrej Babis, and that's B-A-B-I-S, Kenyan President Uhuru, and that's U-H-U-R-U, Kenyatta, Ecuador's President Guillermo Lasso, and associates of both Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Sorry about that. That was Andrew. So the billionaires called out in the report include Turkish construction mogul Erman Ilyak and Robert T. Brockman, the former CEO of software maker Reynolds & Reynolds. Many of the accounts were designed to evade taxes and conceal assets for other shady reasons, according to the report. What isn't shady about the elite? But I'll go on. So the new data leak must be a wake-up call, said Sven Gelden, a Green Party lawmaker in the European Parliament. A global tax evasion fuels global inequity. Inequality rather. We need to expand and sharpen the countermeasures now. Oxfam International, a British consortium of charities, applauded the Pandora Papers for exposing brazen examples of greed and deprived countries of tax revenue that could be used to finance programs and projects for the greater good. And this is where our missing hospitals are, Oxfam said in a statement. This is where the the pay packets sit of all the extra teachers and firefighters and public servants we need. Whenever a politician or business leaders claim there is no money to pay for climate damage and innovation, for more and better jobs, for a fair post-Rona recovery, for more overseas aid, they know where to look. The Pandora Papers are a follow to a similar project released in 2016 called the Panama Papers, compiled by the same journalistic group. The latest bombshell is even more expansive, porting through nearly 3 terabytes of data, the equivalent of roughly 750,000 photos on a smartphone, leaked from 14 different service providers doing business in 38 different jurisdictions in the world. The records date back to the 1970s, but most of the files span from 1996 to 2020. In contrast, the Panama Papers culled through 2.6 terabytes of data leaked by one now defunct law firm called Mossack Fonseca. And Mossack is Mossack, and Fonseca is Fonseca, that was located in the country that inspired the project's nickname, so Panama. The latest investigation dug into accounts registered in familiar offshore havens, including the British Virgin Islands, Seychelles, Hong Kong, and Belize. But some of the secret accounts were also scattered around in trusts set up in the U.S., including 81 in South Dakota and 37 in Florida. Some of the initial findings, released Sunday, painted a sordid picture of the prominent people involved. For instance, the investigation found advisors helped King Abdullah II of Jordan set up at least 36 shell companies from 1995 to 2017, helping the monarch buy 14 homes worth more than $106 million in the U.S. and in the U.K. One was $23 million California Ocean View property bought in 2017 through a British Virgin Islands company. The advisors were identified as an English accountant in Switzerland and lawyers in the British Virgin Islands. There was no immediate comment from Jordan's royal palace. The details are an embarrassing blow to Abdullah, whose government was engulfed in scandal this year when his half-brother, former Crown Prince Hamza, Hamzah, accused the ruling system of corruption and incompetence. The king claimed he was the victim of a malicious plot, placed his half-brother under house arrest, and put 2 former close aides on trial. So UK attorneys for Abdullah said he isn't required to pay taxes under his country's law. Excuse you? And hasn't misused public funds, adding that there are security and privacy reasons for him to have holdings through offshore companies, according to the report. Don't think so. So the attorneys also said most of the companies and properties are not connected to the king or no longer exist, though they declined to provide details. Details? I want to see receipts. I want to see hardcore evidence. Because this guy's lying. So Blair, UK Prime Minister from 97 to 2007, became the owner of an $8.8 million Victorian building in 2017 by buying a British Virgin Islands company that held the property. And the building now hosts the law firm of his wife, Sherry Blair, according to the investigation. The two bought the company from the family of Bahrain's industry and tourism minister Zayed bin Rashid Al Zayani. That's a long name. Buying the company shares instead of the London building saved the Blairs more than $400,000 in property taxes, the investigation found. And the Blairs and the Al Zayanis both said they didn't initially know the other party was involved in the deal. Bullshit. And the probe found. So Sherry Blair said her husband wasn't involved in the purchase, which she said was meant to bring the company and the building back to the UK tax and regulatory regime. Yeah, okay. So she said she didn't not want to own a British Virgin Islands company and that the seller, for their own purposes, only wanted to sell the company, which is now closed. A lawyer for the Al Zayanis, am I saying that right? Said they complied with UK laws. Khan, the Pakistani Prime Minister, is not accused of any wrongdoing, but members of his inner circle, including Finance Minister Shaukat Fayez Ahmed Taran, are accused of hiding millions of dollars in wealth in secret companies or trusts, according to the journalist's findings. In a tweet, Khan, what is it with the tweet and Twitter? More twits on Twitter. No crap. So in a tweet, Khan vowed to recover the ill-gotten gains and said his government will look into all citizens mentioned in the documents and take action if needed. Will you? The consortium of journalists revealed Putin's image maker and chief executive of Russia's leading TV station, Konstantin Ernst, got a discount to buy and develop Soviet-era cinemas and surrounding property in Moscow after he directed the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi. Ernst told the organization that the deal wasn't secret and denied suggestions he was given special treatment. In 2009, Czech Prime Minister Andrej Babiš put $22 million into shell companies to buy a chateau property in a hilltop village in Mogens, France, near Cannes, the investigation found. And the shell companies and the chateau were not disclosed in Babiš required asset declarations, according to documents obtained by the journalism group Czech Partner Investigates CZ. A real estate group owned indirectly by Babiš, and that's Babis, by the way, bought the Monaco company that owned the chateau in 2018, the probe found. I was waiting for them to bring something right before the election to harm me and influence the Czech election, Babiš tweeted in his first reaction to the report. Where are you, Buffy? Oh, diddums, stop it. These elite, I swear. So the Czech Republic Parliament election is being held Friday and Saturday. I've never done anything illegal or wrong, Babiš added. Oh, diddums. You know what? I think it's time to go quail hunting. Anyway, I'll see you later on tonight at 7 o'clock. Be there or be square. I love you. Stay safe. Stay positive. Keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.